Today I'm going to go over generally how NFT marketplaces work, okay, and how they're different than regular marketplaces, and I'll do so by example, just by explaining SolSea. Um, so what am I really quick? I am the founder of the Blockchain API, blockchainapi.com. You can check out our docs here. We have endpoints here for buying, listing, and delisting from SolSea. Um, and also Magic Eden V1, but most of that's going to become V2, and we're not supporting that. So Magic Eden is currently the most popular NFT marketplace on Solana by volume, um, and SolSea is probably the most popular open one where you can openly list NFTs for sale. So um, another popular one that I like is exchange.art. I recommend them as well. But besides that, I'd like to just let's see. So SolSea is basically yeah. So let's just look through, right? There are different collections here, and I'll just explain how it works. So let's say you list one of these NFTs on the marketplace. How it works is you're actually temporarily putting that out of taking that out of your wallet, and putting it into an escrow account. Okay, so it's an entirely different account over which you have authority. So it's a new account. You no longer own it, and but you can remove it at any time. And the purpose of that is that this way you don't have to click approve manually if someone wants to go ahead and buy it, right? So if somebody goes and clicks buy on that NFT, if I bought this one, which I would not, because why would I pay $5,000 for that? But if I did, then it would go immediately into my wallet. Okay, and then yeah, so that's how that works, right? The one thing to note here is that this is interesting because this definitely tends for a winner take all type of situation, because you can only list it with the way contracts are currently designed onto one exchange, right? And so when you're right, so you can only each NFT can only be on one exchange. All right. So besides that, once you list it, another thing that's different about this from other marketplaces is that it's listed via a smart contract. Okay. So what that means is usually when you list something, let's say you list something on Amazon, it's an entry in their database, right? If you're listing something, say on SolSea, it's an entry into their smart contract. So therefore, it's not like they could say if they wanted to change the price, etc., or so we hope. So, and what I mean by that, so we hope, well, generally so far, there's not been a pattern of open sourcing code on Solana. So, so let's look here. I'll show you something. I'm just clicking this address. Let's see if I can find listed by. It's got to be the last one. I don't know. Okay, so I happen to know. Okay, this is actually not. This is Digital Eyes smart contract, I'm pretty sure. So I'm trying to find SolSea's. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Any smart contract will do. Okay, so because neither SolSea's is also not verified. So what this means here is what this unverified here means is that this source code was not published, right? So theoretically, the whole value proposition of crypto is that we are able to know exactly what code is running when we give our NFT to this exchange effectively, right? So therefore, we know exactly how it will be handled, and that's why we're supposedly able to trust these marketplaces, right? Now, on Ethereum, everything is open source because it's socially, how do you say it, bad, right, to have this unverified thing on here on Etherscan. So Solana actually just added this a few days ago, so it's still pretty new. So hopefully that changes the culture. But right now, as far as I can tell, SolSea, Magic Eden, etc., their smart contracts are closed source, which means, okay, I mean, yeah, I'm putting it in escrow, but it might as well just be an entry on their database because I have no idea how they're handling it. Realistically, they're probably handling it somewhat fine, But in practice, what's the difference between that and Web 2? Nothing really at the moment. So if you can't see the source code, right, in practice in terms of what we're able to do. So in the future, I expect that to change. Now, what else is there? Yeah, so one thing that will definitely be interesting is if somebody innovates something such that you don't have to put it into another escrow account, so that you can somehow sell your NFT that way. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but if you could, then you could list it on several different marketplaces and then sell it whenever it sells, right? And so that would make it less of a winner take all scenario where there's only one marketplace. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess a bit of background, I guess, as to why Magic Eden has sort of seemed to have won this competition so far. We'll see, but that's it so far. But yeah, the one reason is that they really seem to have solved this verified issue, where somebody SolSea does this now, and they've tried to as well, but they started off by just adding verified collections to avoid scammers, because scammers are enormous in crypto because you can just remain anonymous, and by nature all the dealings have to do with money, so it's a big thing on crypto. And so scams where you would just post, let's say, stylish stud whatever, I make my own NFT and I list it on SolSea, right? Because it's an open marketplace, that could easily be confused with the real one of the collection. And so that seems to be why Magic Eden won, is because they originally solved that problem by only adding verified collections. Whereas, and so still, it's like, even if I wanted to list an NFT, it would have to be an NFT from one of their verified collections. So it's still not an open marketplace, but it might, I'd imagine, my guess is they'll probably do that sometime this year, especially to compete with OpenSea, who is said to be expanding into Solana. So yeah, that's the general take here. That's how the SolSea smart contract works, is just with generally an escrow account. Exactly how it's written, you can't see. But hopefully that sort of thing changes in the future. And I think it would be good for a marketplace especially one that's behind Magic Eden, to open source theirs. That'd be a way that they could get a leg up on others. So, all right. Thank you. Bye-bye.